What's up guys, Celestial here again, bringing you a full trophy or achievement guide for Samurai's Destiny Onimusha 2, or Onimusha 2 Samurai's Destiny, however you want to say it. I never usually say the secondary parts of these, but basically this guide is going to be quite long because there is quite a lot of RNG involved in this. I had to do quite a lot of research, like multiple playthroughs myself, just to figure out the best optimal way of doing this. But I'm going to pretty much explain it all to you guys. The first playthrough is going to be done with Magoichi, which is the gun guy, because we're going to do pretty much 90% of the trophies in this one run. And there is quite a lot of RNG, as I mentioned, so I'll kind of walk you through how that works. So we're just going to skip everything, run past pretty much all the enemies initially. We're not going to get an S rank in this one, because we need to do a lot of things to get an S rank. This one's pretty much just going to be getting all the trophies out the way that we can do in one go. Picking up all the collectibles, all that sort of stuff. So you can actually get a trophy right at the start of the game, which is for doing a critical attack on a demon. So you can do it here if you really want to, or you can just kill them and run past it. You'll get a critical at some point during the game. That's what a critical is. So you can either block and then press square or X on the Xbox afterwards, or you can press the attack button just before they're about to hit you, or just before they're about to land the attack on you. Here, this is where we're going to get one of the items for the gifts. So with this game, the gifting system is the thing that's the most annoying thing ever, because there's so many different gifts, and if you don't have like a pie chart or some sort of chart in front of you showing you exactly what gift does what, you're going to be quite lost. So there is a gift here, which is the frog. This is one that we'll need for later, because with the RNG, it's based on the items as well. So giving a gift doesn't always give you the same item. No idea how someone figured this out back in the day when this was on the PS2. I don't remember ever doing half the stuff that I just did in this playthrough. But yeah, it's just follow along. I'll tell you the exact gifts that you need to give people, what to buy, etc. You might need to do a tiny bit of grinding sometimes for like gold and things like that, because you usually want to buy like most of the stuff from the shop. But here, we're just going to skip past this. This is where we're going to get our first orb. This is how we absorb in this game. We don't have a gauntlet like Samanosuke had. We get an orb, and this allows us to transform into an Onimusha as well, which is really cool, which you can only do at the end of Onimusha 1, annoyingly. So with this allows you to transform and also get a trophy for that, but you only get that when you have 5 of the orbs. So top left hand corner, you get 5 orbs. That will allow you to transform whenever you like. So use it for bosses if you're struggling, or just use it to have certain survivability. Here you could pretty much just pass by all these guys, because we don't really need souls in this playthrough. We will probably grind some at the end, just because we're going to upgrade all of our items once we've finished the game, because there's a trophy for going through the whole game without upgrading anything or using the power jewels. That's pretty much combined together. So we're going to get all the power jewels, and we're going to get enough souls so that we can upgrade ourselves at the end to pop all those trophies. So we're pretty much going to do the whole game, get as many trophies as we can, reload a previous save, upgrade all our items, and then we're going to pop all the gems as well, which will also give us the trophies. So here we're going to come out, we're going to grab this item, which will... No, we're not yet, because that will actually put you to the village. So we don't grab the item. We're going to run all the way back to our house. There is only one path to go, so you're not going to get lost. As long as you don't grab the item just outside the cave, you'll be fine, because that transitions you to the village. But we're going to grab a couple things here, because you can actually grab the gifts from here and use them later. Because when you come back here later, it locks you out of actually gift giving in the town, which is the main place you want to do it. So we're going to run through, grab all these items, as well as a power jewel, but the power jewel's not missable, because you can always grab it later when you come back through here. It's just these. We want the items just in case we want to gift someone like a B rank item or something like that. Because what you need for this run is basically, you need a couple good A rank items for each character, because that's how we give the gift, which will give us a power jewel and a magic jewel, but I'll explain that in a minute. And then the B rank will give you the bone pieces that you need for the black necklace, which is really good, and it's also part of a trophy as well, so you will need to get it. So just follow through this. I'm not going to commentate on this part, just follow through, grab all the items, and then get out. Right, now that we've got all the items from that house, all the missable stuff, we're going to run back to the cave, click on this, and this will teleport us to the town.
In 1568. Gold!
Now we're in the town, pretty much follow exactly what I'm doing, so talk to this guy a couple times, he'll give you sugar candy, which is a gift that you can use for someone. So we're going to grab that, and then we're going to go into the tavern, which is right here. A couple items here as well. So there's one upstairs and there's one at the back of the tavern. You can't really miss them, they're in boxes, it's not like hidden ones like you saw with the wasabi. So I'm going to grab this, which is a folding fan, this is a good item for someone. And then we're going to run down and grab the one that's just behind here. Save point there if you want to save. I basically utilized all 20 save slots. It's always good to do that with these sort of games. Make sure you've got backup saves everywhere in case you mess something up. So just save just in case. I'm saving on number 1 because, like I said, I've already played quite a lot just to get all this done. I will advise you on what trophies we're going to get for certain places, as well as ones that you probably will see pop, but you won't see pop now because obviously I've done them because I've played so much through the game. So this is the shop that you can actually buy quite a lot of stuff from. So we only start with 1,000 on normal mode. So buy pretty much whatever you want. You can do a little bit of grinding to buy up the whole shop if you really want to. The blue parrot and the wonder flower are ones that you will need. The wonder flower is linked to a trophy. You basically just give it to one of your companions. Same with the unique mushroom that we're going to find in a second. Basically just save the game and then give someone the wonder flower and the mushroom, and this will give you a trophy. So in here we're going to grab one of the missable items. You just saw me grab the map for the village or whatever I grabbed in that box. This is one of the missable, well, it is missable when you go to a certain point. This is a gift here, and then the missable items up the top there. So we're going to have to pull the lever just here. That's why we destroyed the boxes, because you need to run round and it's timed. So make sure you just run in a straight line, and then when the camera changes, make sure you move again, and then again. This is one of the ranged weapons. There's 3 or 4, I think, throughout the game. You need all of them to get the trophy. So with that now in hand, we're going to run back down and we're going to go up the mountain where the gold mine is. You need to run up and speak to the guy at the top before you can actually buy the actual gold mine like ticket, permit type thing. So you can actually do a little bit of grinding here. This playthrough I managed to get most of the trophies in one go, as well as the S rank as well, which is for beating it in less than 5 hours. So even with a fair amount of grinding, I think I did maybe like 10 or 20 minutes of grinding, maybe a bit more, you can actually get S rank as well. So if you want to grind here for a little bit, feel free. These enemies drop a lot of gold. There's a lot of gold inside the mine as well, and you can go back in there a couple times to grab it. There's like probably 400 or 500 or even more in there. So we're going to run up here, speak to the guy at the very top. So all the way back up, straight up here. The guy will be at the top. If you run into him, he'll speak to you, and this allows you to actually buy the permit from downstairs as well. So you can grind, like I said, for gold or go into the mine, as long as you don't progress past the mine and speak to the guy at the end. That counts as still being in the same sort of chapter type thing. Once you buy all the weapons, not all the weapons, all the items from the shop, that includes the gifts for everybody else as well. You can actually get a white necklace, which allows you to heal by standing still. You can get it if you really want to. I wouldn't recommend it because this is supposed to be like a sort of quicker first playthrough, just to kind of show you how it works and get 90% of the trophies out of the way. But we're just going to run back down the mountain to where the guy is in the bar. Just to show you as well the area where you can get a unique mushroom. If you click here, you'll get a unique mushroom. This is one of the ones that I said, if you give them the flower and the mushroom, just make sure you save it beforehand, because you get a trophy for these, but they're kind of annoying to deal with because you don't know exactly what they're going to do. The flower makes them forget the previous item, but the mushroom basically just does like a random thing. So you could use both, use the mushroom, then use the flower if you really want to, but I just reload to make it easier. Right, so back in the village, after gathering those little bits and bobs, I'm going to show you where a few of the gifts are that we can only get at certain points. So just follow me through and make sure you get these gifts when I tell you to get them. So there should be a globe here. Yep, nice globe. And then if we run through this area to the back, there should be another one in the corner. You might not be able to see it because the NPC's in the way. There you go. This box right here. Tengu mask. Still in the stable area, almost forgot this item. It's an A rank item for Magoichi, so you need to make sure you grab this. Like I said, there's probably going to be a few cuts within this, but I'm going to try and explain it to the best of my ability so you guys don't get lost. And we can 100% this in 4 playthroughs exactly without any extra, like, crap in the middle. Right, now finally we're going to learn how to actually gift items. So this is when you first get introduced to, I think his name is Echi or Eke and Magoichi. They're the first 2 that you meet, and the first 2 that you can gift items to. So you get this item, which is part of your things that you need to collect, and then I'm going to show you exactly how to gift what we need to gift. But before we gift anything, I'm going to show you guys one more NPC that we need to get, which is this guy right here. So we need to make sure we talk to this dude. This will trigger Kotaru, which is the other NPC. So there's 4 NPCs, like I said. One is Oyu, one is Kotaru, one's Magoichi, and one's Eke. So when we've done that, we need to, I'm just going to save it here just for safety, because there's a lot of things that can go wrong in this. He is up the stairs. This will cause a cutscene to happen, so go up the stairs when the camera angles actually want to work. So go up the stairs. This will trigger a cutscene when you walk into it. Just skip the cutscene.
Get up, boy.
This will also allow you to grab a couple more items and things that for gifts. So what you can do is you can go right back in, and then you go up the stairs again. And there he is. So he's the one sitting on the far right. So if we talk to this guy right here a couple times, he will give us an item. There you go. Then from him, go outside. There's a guy lying on the floor. Spam speak to him a bunch. You get History Book 9. Then finally back downstairs, and we can actually buy the mountain permit finally. So from this guy, as long as you've got 100 gold. I've got a fair amount because I grinded a little bit. So you'll probably see that from my time when I save it. So I'm going to save it right here. So we played for 26 minutes, not too bad. We still actually get the S rank in this run, but I'm just going to show you a few more things. Right, well, before we go up the mountain, I'm going to show you guys one of the most annoying parts of this game. The relationship thing with this game. And the fact that when we're doing the first run through with Magoichi, we need to get all the power jewel and the magic jewels. They're also random. So when you give a A rank item to someone, which you don't obviously know what these ranks are, I know because I've played it quite a lot now. When you give an item, if it's an A rank, they have a chance to give you a power or a magic jewel. If they don't give you one of those, you need to make sure you reload, because we need to make sure we get them from each character. So what we're going to do is we're going to gift Magoichi here the blue parrot that you can buy from the store. If you don't have enough gold, just go grind some at the start, it's easy. So trade him the blue parrot and see what happens, just like this. So blue parrot, they say something and you're like, oh cool, I'm a very neat guy. He gave us a rouge, which is not what we want. That's another gift for someone else if you really want to, but we're just going to quit and then reload our save. And again, the blue parrot, and let's see what happens. There we go. So we got a power jewel at least. Then make sure you save it, and we're going to gift him another item if we have another A grade one. Another A grade for him is the conch shell, which you can also buy from the shop. So gift him it, and hopefully he will give us the magic jewel, which he does. There we go. So he's got 2 now. So we've done 2 for him, so we make sure to save it. Right, so back to the top of the mountain. Past all the guys, give him the permit finally. And there's a couple of things we're going to do here. So you give him the permit, he lets us in. Then we'll grab this chest right here. Not 100% needed, but it's always good to get any sort of gift. Like, it looks like a document, but it's actually a gift that you need. So skip past cutscene, go into the mine. Then just as you go in, go back out. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go up to this dog and we're going to keep spamming the circle button on its head. So just like this, or the B button if you're on Xbox, basically the soul absorb button. And do it a few times until it whimpers like this. Keep doing it. It'll eventually go down to like this bottom part of the screen and it'll dig up a coin, which you can pick up, which is also another gift. So dog going down to the bottom of the screen. There you go. So it's barking. So the coin should just be behind it. There you go. Right, so now let's go into the mine and actually start progressing some of the story, shall we? Right, so let's go. Down this way first, because we're going to grab some collectibles. So, Demon Wall Scroll, and then we're going to open this box, which is one of the boxes you need to actually open for a trophy. So, we're going to make sure we slide them around in the correct order. So, just watch what I do on screen. So, right side arrow, bottom arrows, left hand side. Quite hard to explain, but just kind of look at what I'm doing. So basically just follow through this whole area, just watch what I'm doing. I'm going to cut out some of the fights just because otherwise this will go on for ages. And yeah, you don't want to do that. I'll cut in if we're doing anything that you need to do. Just make sure you grab pretty much everything that you see me grab on screen and you're good to go.
It seems that we've cleaned up here.
You fool!
Now we're coming up to one of our first bosses, Fats, I think his name's called. If you take a fair amount of damage in this boss fight, the character that you're the highest rank with will come in. So hopefully that will be Magoichi. This boss fight's not too hard on normal, and when one of your characters comes in, it makes it a lot easier. So just absorb the souls. When you get hit, obviously this is a good sign because he's come in. That means he's our highest rank one, because it will be, because we have only gifted him the items as of yet. So we did that to be safe, because every time you have a combat encounter with one of your allies, they actually also increase in rank. If you run away without defeating all the enemies in the room, they lower rank, but thankfully, because this is a boss, that doesn't happen. So yeah, just absolutely murder Fats here, and once it's done, we'll move on. Alright, so now that he's dead, we're gonna run through the end of the mine area. Obviously, grab all his gold and all his souls and stuff that you want here. We're not going to upgrade anything during this playthrough, so make sure you are not upgrading any items whatsoever. Just keep gathering the souls, because the main thing with this is we're going to run through, not do any upgrades with the gems. We're going to grab the gems but not use them, and we're not going to upgrade any weapons. On normal, it's not too difficult to do it, plus what we're going to get later will also help us. So run through this area, ignore the guy on the floor, because like it's not something we really want to do. Because if you speak to him, it will trigger the cutscene which will take you back to the village. So make sure to grab all the stuff in this room. get this item in the box. With this, this is the combination. That will give you one of the items you need for a trophy, and then the mirror is also a gift that we can give later on, which is really good. So now that we've done that, we go back to speak to the guy that was on the floor, and he will trigger a cutscene which will take us back to the village. Okay, so now we're back in the village, and we've gotten the item that we need for progression. This is back in the mine that you use this item. So we're going to make sure we save it, and then we're going to try and get the other things that we need to get. So you'll probably see that I've maybe got more items than you guys, but I'm probably just going to tell you the ones from the shop. So give Eke the red parrot. You can buy this from the shop as well. Just grind a little bit of gold if you don't have it. So there you go. That's an A rank, so he gives us a power jewel. Make sure to save, and then give him this other item. The next one to give him is the telescope, which you will have picked up on the way up to the mountain in a chest. This is also another A grade one. He did really not want to give me this other gem. So there you go, magic jewel as well. And then the last guy we need to do is up the stairs, so make sure to save it. Okay, so the item that he wants is the book of short stories. This is also bought from the shop as well. Like I said, you don't need 90% of these gifts. The main ones you can get are just from the shop, which are great because it makes it a lot easier. So give him this, and then you will get either a magic jewel or a power jewel. We thankfully get it first try, which is the magic jewel. So go back down and save it. Then the next one for him is going to be the globe, which is another one that you find in the box in the marketplace. So these are all ones that you can get without having to find all these other random ones that I've done. So globe, there you go, power jewel, another first try thankfully. Next thing we need to get is the fossilized bones, and we'll also get a trophy here for a combination item. So give Magoichi the grilled fish, which is another shop item, and then give him the lemon. So after you get the fossilized bone, make sure to save it, but you can also just give them the lemon straight after, which is a combination item, which basically means that he will increase in rank because you've gave him an item that pairs with the item beforehand. So there you go, combo item when giving items to an ally. So there you go, that is that done. So the fossilized bones, you need 3 of these. You get one from Magoichi, one from Eke, and then one from the guy upstairs. Can never remember his name. So it's another random thing, but you need to give them a B rank item. I'll link the item list down below if you guys want to check it out, but I'll just tell you which ones to do anyway. This is the reason we picked up the frog at the start of the game, and give this to Eke. This is a B rank item, which will hopefully make him give you the fossilized bone, because like I said, we need 3, and you can only get 1 from each character. You don't get it from Oryu, which is the woman upstairs later on. You only get it from these 3 guys. So there you go, another fossilized bone, thank God. Just make sure to save it. Then for the guy upstairs, we're going to give him the sugar candy, which is the one we got at the start of the game pretty much when we first entered the village. This is a B rank item for him. And thankfully, again, he gives us this first try. So he seems to really like us. So that's all 3 bones, all 6 of the gems. And then we only need 2 more gems, which are from the next one to join the bar. Okay, so now we've saved it because we've got all the fossilized bones, we've got all the gems. We're going to go and get another gem, which is up here. Like I said, during this playthrough, do not upgrade anything. Do not pop any of the gems, any of the magic gems, power gems. Don't upgrade any items. That includes your weapons. Apparently you can upgrade armor. I think I'd do it in this run just to test it, but I wouldn't recommend it. Just leave it as it is. So run through the staples, speak to this guy here a couple times, and he'll give you a magic jewel. And at this point, this is how much you should have, so just keep an eye on it. Now we're going to head back through the mine, so I'm just going to shut up for a minute. I'm just going to walk you guys basically back to the mine, and then we're going to progress the actual story. Now we're back here, we're going to use the red ring, which gives us access to the next, basically, chapter of the game. And once we're done with this will also teleport us back to the village once we've gone through this entire new area.
What are you doing here?
If you come into this area and you have Eke fighting with you, don't worry, Magoichi will still be the highest ranked one. Sometimes other characters will just appear in other places, but for the most part, if the character runs in and there's like a little cutscene and they say they're going to help you, that usually means that you're on the right path because they are your best friend at this point, pretty much. So when we go through this next area, there's going to be another puzzle box. This is where another power jewel will be. So when you go through here, in the corner, just right here, watch on screen, you'll see what I do, and then you'll get the power jewel. Don't panic when you get to this part and Eke helps you again, because like I said, sometimes they will just be here to help you. And I know I did say that if they enter with a cutscene and saying are you okay, they're going to help, that they're probably the ones that are the highest, but he will always be here for this part. Well, if you're doing the Magoichi run, he will be, because Magoichi only appears in certain places. You know how I said to make sure that if there's an ally in a room that you don't leave until all the enemies are cleared? Yeah, so that's one of these ones. So Magoichi's down there, and as you saw, we just picked up some fire arrows. In this case, what I would suggest is either just let him kill them, or switch to your bow and then just aim and fire. You will automatically aim where there's enemies, and you can tell that they're dead by just absorbing souls. Just to make sure. And then once he stops firing and stands still, you'll know everything's dead, and then you can leave the room. Once you've done the door and you've basically opened it, make sure to save it just in case you die past this, because the door animation can get a bit annoying. Like I said, this playthrough is being kind of cobbled together from all the different playthroughs I've done, so numbers and things might be different, but just make sure, like I said, you're not upgrading, you're not using any of the power jewels or anything like that. This next boss fight is kind of annoying. He's called Gogen Dantis, and you can't really hurt him because he's got a shield around him all the time. This is where you can actually get the trophy for winning a power struggle with a demon, which is basically when your swords clash, when either they're blocking or they do something else. you'll go into this power clashing stance, and you want to keep mashing the attack button and also rotating your stick at the same time, which will cause you to throw them over your shoulder. You can do this with any of the bigger enemies. It's kind of random on how it happens, so I wouldn't recommend trying it, but if you get it during this, then great. If not, you'll probably get it at some point during your other playthroughs. So there you go. That's the power struggle. With him, you can't really throw him because he's pretty much invulnerable at this point, but there you go. That's one other trophy out of the way. And then once he gets enough hits done to his shield, he will eventually just trigger a cutscene. I would usually recommend using the pole and just using R1 or right bumper and pressing the attack button to poke him from a distance, because it makes it much safer, and you can also get the clash as well, but sometimes this will trigger while you're doing it. So yeah, you get this cutscene, and then you can only go one way. You'll go back to the village, and that'll be that. Then once we're back in the village, make sure to buy the couples rings that you can see in the shop. This is what you'll need to give to your partner, so this boosts their thing by about 200, I believe, and it's an A rank item. So you need to make sure to give this to the guy that we've been doing, the guy with the gun, and then we will be giving a couple items to our female ninja who helped us escape. Right, so now we're back in the bar. Let's go and save it, and then give our female ninja some items that will hopefully give us a power jewel and a magic jewel. And then that will be the last ones from these guys, so we don't need to give any more items to them. So first item we're going to give her is the fork. This is an A grade item for some reason. So give her the fork. If she doesn't give you a power jewel or a magic jewel, just reload the save.
How?
And then do it for the next item, which is going to be the mirror. That's pretty much it for all the gifts that we have to give now. So like I said, just make sure you give Magoichi, the guy sitting right here, the couples ring, and then that's pretty much all you need to do in terms of gift giving. Just make sure you save it, and then we're going to move on. Okay, now we've done all the gift giving, we've got all the fossilized bones, we've got all the jewels from pretty much everybody. That's us done for gift giving, thank God. So that's pretty much the most annoying part of the game out of the way. You'll need to do it a little bit during every other playthrough, but not too much. Like, once you know what you're doing, it's easy. So come up here, speak to this person, skip the cutscene because this is a transition to where you were before. This is Yagyu Village. So what we're going to do first is not go in here. We're going to go out, and we're going to go to the area where we got this sword in the first place, pretty much. And we're going to get a gem from there. This is also one of the areas where you're going to start seeing how gifting people things will actually make them appear in different areas. For example, there you go, Magoichi appears here. He does have a different gun, which is a gun you can buy from the shop, and it says Magoichi only on it. If you want to gift him that, you can. Doesn't make it incredibly different, like, it's on normal mode, so it doesn't really matter too much. So once you do this, we'll go to the cave and you'll see what I mean. So like I said, this is the main reason for gifting, because with Magoichi with us we can do things like this. This isn't one where it's something that's required, but it's a nice thing to have if you really want it. So he'll give you a bomb, you place this bomb here. This will give you another necklace, which will allow you to basically detect certain things in the game, which will give you extra items, which is cool. If you really want it, it's there. But he is pretty much with us so we can get the other power jewels and the magic jewels, because without him, we can't get some of them, which is really annoying. So yeah, there you go. I've got the white necklace because I bought everything from the shop. The green necklace allows you to find things like this, which can be quite useful. Gives you extra chests and items and things, so If you want it, it's there. So we're going to go all the way back, and then we're going to get through this part, and I'll show you exactly where we're going. Alright, so we're going to use the ring that we got in this little mechanism here, and then we're going to do this exact thing. So top 3 times. So 1, 2, 3. I don't know why I do it in this way. Right hand side 1, bottom is 2, and then left is 2. There you go, opens. So now we go down. With this part, there's a couple traps that can insta-kill you, especially this big whirly blade thing that you're about to trigger. So what to do is just run across the gap, jump, and then immediately get up and jump back over and just hang there until it passes over you.
Are you still in one piece?
So this next part's a little bit annoying because it puts you into like a cursed forest type deal where you have to kill this little floaty thing. Just ignore all the enemies until you see the little floaty bug. Yep, so I killed them, but I'm an idiot. Just run past them. You don't need to fight in this area. Just go past everybody. And then this little floaty bug thing here, just use either a spell or just attack it. Because you can actually attack it when it floats down. I find the sword's probably the easiest way to do it, just like that. And then it makes it into one road, so you're not having to split your path. One road straight through. There'll be some enemies, and then the bug again. A couple times in a row, do this, and you'll get through to the boss. This fight can be quite annoying, but if you stand in this position, you're not really going to get hit by anything. He'll just charge past constantly. You can take swings at him when he charges past, but I just wait until he stops, and then just lay into him with whatever you've got. And then once he's done, that's you on to the next area.
See ya.
Once into the next area, just make sure to save it, and then we're going to run through this left hand side. This is where you can get another trophy for stabbing a fish. So run through here. There is a statue you need to get there, but we're going to do this first just so I can show you guys what it is. So a bunch of fish enemies here. These aren't the fish you need to stab. There's like a trout in the lake that you can't really see that well on the screen, but when you're playing it yourself, you'll see it just pretty much down the bottom of the screen here, slowly moving around. But once I skip this, I'll show you.
Did you miss me?
You probably still can't see it too well, but while he's dealing with that, you should be able to stab the fish here. It can take a few attempts because sometimes your sword just doesn't stab it like that. But then once you get that, you'll get a trophy. And if you want to gift it to someone, you can, but just don't gift it to Magoichi. Don't gift it to anybody, actually. Just don't gift any more items. When you eventually get out of here, grab the statue and run back down to the main area where you saved it. This will trigger Magoichi to go into a cutscene, and this is where you get one of the missable power jewels. If he doesn't do this, then somehow you've messed up and you haven't given him enough items to get to max level. Basically, as long as he's the highest one out of your team, then this will actually happen. You need to defend him while he's doing this. You can save in between the defense as well, in case you think you're going to screw up, but it's not hard. Just beat the enemies back from hitting them. Then once he blows up this, that means that you've got the item. Just make sure to speak to him and save it afterwards, just so you don't mess anything up. Just to let you know, this puzzle will be different for everybody. Pretty much every run's different, so just look at the screen when this happens, and then look at the items that you're placing on the pedestals. Just place them in the right order, and you won't get spiked.
Fine, I'll help you.
Same again, just make sure everybody in the room's dead and then speak to them, because when you can actually speak to them, that means that every enemy is dead, just so that you don't accidentally decrease the relationship. This boss is one of the most annoying bosses in this game, in my opinion. On hard mode, she's even more annoying, but thankfully Magoichi, I was just letting him do most of the work with his Gatling gun. Yeah, but she's she hits pretty hard and she is pretty fast for being as big as she is. But then once you beat her, you get the trophy, and then you're on to pretty much the next area.
Joe.
And then what do we have again, apart from another annoying fight with Gogan Dantes? Because he is a cheater, he's only good with a sword because he has a shield that is pretty much impenetrable. But this is why you're coming here, so you can get the shield off of him. So yeah, just do the same thing as before, just stay at range, use R1 or RB and use your spells and stab at a distance with the pole if you really want to, or just use your magic. But he does do a lot of damage on normal mode, so just make sure that you have saved in the cave beforehand. Then after a few minutes, after we've attacked his shield a bunch of times, we'll get the trophy and we'll move on to the next section of the game. Still untouchable, yes, because he's an a-hole and he is a cheater, but we'll kill him soon, don't worry.
Are you giving up? We were just...
So now we're going to be in control of Oryu. She has the ability to absorb souls as well, so her magic ability, which is triangle, will allow her to draw more souls out of things, like healing souls, red souls, blue souls, things like that. Really good. I wish Jubei had that ability because it would make it much easier. But basically just save the game and then go down this middle part here, in the middle, yep, down here, which will give you the plate which allows you to open up that middle section of the previous room. Which basically, it opens it up so when Jubei comes through here, he can grab his earth weapon. Yeah, her areas can be really annoying. The fact that you can absorb souls by using her magic and then attacking things is really good though. Especially against this thing because it does a lot of damage and there's a lot of enemies down here. So just make sure you use her magic and then just beat the crap out of them so you can get some health back. Or you can just use medicine, but I don't know if she has a lot on her. So there you go, she's made loads of yellow souls. I don't know why I keep what I call them orange souls. Yeah, just kill everybody, get this thing killed, and then go through the thing behind it. This will take us into a room where we get the sacred flute that allows us to actually break the barrier on Gogandantis. So what I did in this next area was just run past everything. You don't actually need to actually interact with anything in this part. Just make sure you grab the box at the end, which gives her a stronger weapon, and also save it if you really want to, because you're going to have to go through a fight to get this flute. What I realized with this big guy, by the way, if you do a couple attacks and then use, I think it's L2 or left trigger on the Xbox, she'll throw like a kunai at them and it'll stun them for a little bit, so it stops him from actually laying into you and doing this much damage. Because he does a lot of damage and you can't block it.
This is the sacred flute. Jubei, how's your...
This next puzzle will be the last one before you get a trophy. Funny thing is, with this puzzle, the bottom of the screen is literally the way you place them. So 1 goes at the top, 4 goes at the top, then 7, then 10, then 13, then 16. It just goes in order. I found this out after playing it a few times. But yeah, it's literally just the row on the bottom is the order you place them in. And then once we've done that, that is this trophy unlocked. There we go. Human Abacus. Solved all numbered puzzle boxes. We do need one more key, but we're going to grab that just now. So this is where the gold key goes, but we do need the circle key as well, so just backtrack a little bit.
Tell me, Tokichiro. Where did...
I'll fight with you. Ready.
Then as you go around the corner, after you've smashed the elemental thing, you'll find the circle key on the ground in front of this thing. You can kill it if you want to, if not, just go up the ladder. This puzzle here is a fairly easy one. Basically, you click on something and it moves it over a space, and then you need to basically match the thing at the top. Very easy puzzle. Just basically keep pressing buttons until you get it eventually. It's not too difficult, as you can see. This area that you see here is one of the Phantom Realms. We're not doing it on this playthrough, we're doing it when we're with the ninja guy, because he's the only one who can actually allow us into all the realms at the same time. Since Magoichi is our best friend in this game so far, he will give us a weapon at this point, which will give us the last range weapon that we need for the trophy.
Jubei, ready? Now!
We're basically just backtracking a lot in this section. If there's anything that's like missable or stands out that you should grab, I'll jump in. If not, just keep watching. I'll jump in when I'm ready. There's a lot of rooms in this area, so I'm not going to show you them all. Just basically, it's a straight line, essentially. So just run through and kill all the enemies, or run past all the enemies, your choice. You can absorb souls, so if you need to heal, just kill a few enemies. You'll get to a bridge, which will be here. Same thing again, kill the enemies. This thing's on top of the lever that you need, so make sure you kill everything here. Lower the bridge. This was the main goal for coming through here, because Jubei got turned to stone. So once we've got this, we have to backtrack, give him the item, and then he has the item and he can use it on things moving forward. When you get to the bridge, this little a-hole will steal the powder from you, so you need to kill it. Sometimes you might be able to kill it here, other times it will move through to the next rooms kind of on the way to Jubei, and then you can kill it from there. So once it dies, you'll notice it drops the item and you can pick it up. There we go, finally back at Jubei, so use the item to get him unstoned, and then let's continue as Jubei. If you come to this area, you've gone too far. Do not break this. Just go back the way and up the hole where we came down from. So back to this area, go up the hole, and we're going to continue through to the next area. Then we've got the same again, the easy puzzle, just move them around. Doesn't take long. And then you get this trophy for King of Diamonds, which is for solving all the tablet puzzle boxes. And believe it or not, we're not actually too far away from the end of the game. And this area here is why we got those fossilized bones at the start of the game. So the fossilized bones are used in this next area, which give you the black amulet or the black necklace, whatever they call it. So just go into your inventory, use the 3 items here. It just puts all 3 on the door straight away, which is great. So fossilized bone, there you go. Put it on the door right here. You could potentially try and go for the S rank on this playthrough if you really wanted to, but it's probably best to just do it in the playthrough that I tell you to do it in, because the S rank can be a little bit annoying. And here we now have one of the most OP things in the game. It does drain your health every time you swing, but it pretty much insta-kills everything. And it will also give you yellow orbs every time you kill something, so your health will just go straight back up. And there you go. How crazy is this? So yeah, keep this on for the whole time if you want to. Chuck a heal on yourself if you feel like you're going to die. You're pretty good from now on. Then as soon as we enter this next area, we'll get the trophy for all the maps. Not many more collectibles to go. When you get to this decision, just say a sword, because then he'll challenge you to a battle inside the next room. And because we have this black amulet, or black necklace, we can just kill everything in the room way quicker than he can.
What? Do you really think so? Then prove it. Get 20 to win. Got it? Let's start.
How crazy is this necklace? I've already killed 4 enemies and it's only been a couple seconds. Thing is, if they're spawning in, best thing to do is wait until they come up, because for some reason if they're not fully spawned in, your attack will just whiff and you'll lose health anyway. So yeah, just make sure until everything's spawned and then attack them, and you'll just do the dash attack flash of light thing. And we've already killed 11 enemies, and like I said, it regens your health because they drop yellow orbs every time they get killed with this, which is really good. And if you do need to heal, just pop a heal from your inventory.
Not bad.
Once we got through this area, we will actually get another trophy, which is for absorbing souls from a shark. So when you get to this area, just wait a minute or so. Wait until the shark comes along. Use the soul suck button, and you'll get another trophy.
Get off, Tokotiro!
Silence!
Let me go!
Girl, it's our Lord's order.
Get away!
Oh! Ouch! I can't protect.
Oh, you!
So with Gogan Dantis, if you read that file before coming into the room, you will know that the Sacred Flute removes his shield. We still have the black necklace on, so every attack you do is going to drain your health. So do not use magic like I just did here. Just make sure to use your normal attack. If you run low on health, just either use a talisman to resurrect yourself, or just use some medicine in your inventory. Because he dies maybe after about 6 hits from the critical hits, or maybe a little bit more. But yeah, don't use magic, just use your critical hits. If you want to do it without the black necklace, just take it off. But you should be fine just running away and then doing the normal attack, as long as you heal yourself.
we may be able to...
Jubei, try the right handle. You're turning it the wrong way. I'll try the left handle in the opposite direction. Let's go. It's stuck. Go back. We have no time. Hurry!
This box right here will be our last one for the trophy. These robots here are quite deadly, but what I would recommend is saving just at that puzzle box and then farming these guys if you need to. So what I did, basically just completed the game and then I reloaded my save to this point because you can see how much souls you get from these guys. Like, look at how much ridiculous souls you get. So what I would recommend is just complete the game as normal. Don't bother farming them just now because it's just a waste. Go kill the final boss, get all the trophies that we need to get, and then come back and farm these because you will still probably be on time to get the S rank, not the S rank, the less than 5 hours at this point. So go kill the final boss and then reload the save and farm what you need to farm to get your weapons to max and get those other trophies. As soon as we land here, we'll also get the one for all the files, thankfully. No longer need to find all the files in this goddamn game. It's like in the Resi games. I love Resident Evil games, but the file collecting ones are so annoying. So, walk in library, collect all files. Nice. Not much more to go. This thing is a boss and can be quite annoying to hit, so what I'd recommend is get below it and use the wind weapon, or just transform into your Onimusha form and just spam the crap out of your attack that fires off projectiles. When it loses all of its little things, it will start coming down and trying to attack you that way, which makes it a little bit easier, but best thing to do is probably kill the small ones first.
Jubei. I'm here to say goodbye. Feel the power of my new weapon, Kunikazushi. Wonderful. Its power even amazed me.
Wait. Did you say goodbye?
Nobunaga is going to attack the Saiga village and the Asai clan simultaneously.
What?
I must leave to help them prepare for battle. Please join us after you finish your quest.
Magoichi.
Farewell, Jubei.
Once you get that trophy, that's Magoichi's arc done, so that means that he should be 100%, and that one's done. We don't need to do any more with him, thankfully. Next, we need to go back downstairs and kill the final boss, and then that's that done. And then we'll reload a save, farm some souls, and get the other ones. This boss is probably one of the most annoying bosses ever. The start part is quite easy, just keep mashing square or X on Xbox and you'll just keep blasting your projectiles. Just basically avoid all the crap that he does. So he'll do these pillars on the ground, he'll do laser beams, he'll do fireballs, he'll do these masks later when you damage him enough. He'll do a fire breath, he'll charge towards you, all that sort of stuff. So yeah, if you stay to the side he won't hit you with his laser eyes. Just keep doing this until he dies pretty much. When he starts summoning the masks, just avoid them. He does do a lot of damage, so make sure you avoid the lasers because that's the most damaging things. You can actually block fireballs as well if you really want to, but it's probably best to just move left or right. And yeah, once you've done enough damage and avoided all the masks and shit like that, he'll be dead, and that will be the game done.
Curse you, Junpei. You cannot defeat me. I will rise again.
As you can see from the end of that first playthrough, we got 40 trophies out of 56, which is pretty goddamn good, I'd say. Took me a lot of trial and error to get this, but yeah. Magoichi should be at 100%, story completion should be at 63, these other guys should be at this rough percentage. The other ones can be a little bit tricky, just because sometimes you have to do other characters' ones sort of in between, just so that they actually get the extra percentage they need to complete. Because sometimes Kotaro can end at 95%, and you don't want that. So yeah, we've done pretty much all the trophies we can get at the moment. What we're going to do first is we're going to go back to the previous save that I said to you guys, farm some of those robots, and then do these trophies. So when you reload one of your saves, you will have 9 power jewels, 9 magic jewels. Just use them all, and then once we've done both, we'll get both the trophies. That's another 2 trophies down. Then, like I said, this is why you have multiple saves in these types of games. We're going to go back to the one that's on the airship, and we're going to kill those robots for a good... I think I killed them for maybe like 20 minutes, maybe a bit longer, just to have enough to upgrade all the weapons and all the armor. But we're going to do it in a oneer, so you don't need to farm enough for both. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to the robots, kill them a bunch, get pretty much like 80, I think 80 or 90 of the soul bars will give you enough to upgrade to maximum. Yeah, so 93 was the magic number, because we kill these guys and we get to 93. I think we still have enough left over, but what we're going to do is we're going to go back to the save point, save it, upgrade all the weapons, and then upgrade all of the armor. So we'll upgrade the weapons, and then reload the save, and then we'll upgrade the armor, and then reload the save. Well, you don't really need to reload the save once you've done one of them, because we won't need the save again. So once we've done this, which takes a few minutes because you can't just dump all the souls into one, you have to wait. So check out my collection. Enhanced all enhanceable weapons to maximum. So then reload the save, and we're going to do the same for the armor. And just like that, we have one more trophy. There we go. Armor aficionado. Enhanced all enhanceable armor to maximum. So now for a little break before we start doing the other scenarios, go to special features and go to the man in black. This is basically just like a run through mission. You can't kill the enemies, and yeah, you can't really do much in this game. You just have to run through and finish this area. So I'm just going to show you my run through. I'm not going to talk, just watch it through, and yeah, that'll be that completed. Another trophy unlocked. Stylish Samurai done. I would leave the other ones just now, just as like the finisher. I left the Oni thing until afterwards because you need everybody 100% in there anyway. So Team Oni, if you try and do it now, you're only going to have a couple people that you can use, so I wouldn't recommend this one. Let's just start on the other scenarios.